Every salesperson has a sales trainer, so what does that mean? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. It's July 7th, 2017, 1:15 in the afternoon. Perfect day to talk about sales and sales training here from Sacramento. So every salesperson has a sales trainer. There's different types of personalities. And I run into this a lot. People will ask me when I do a ride-along, hey Scott, who do you think the best sales trainer is? And I was like, there's a lot of really good people out there. There's some people out there who shouldn't be in the business. But what do you identify with? Now, there's two ends of the sales spectrum, and I want to let you know off the bat, neither one of them are wrong. It comes down to your personality. You can have an aggressive salesperson that closes, fantastic. You can have somebody who's a little bit more passive, and they close too, fantastic. The best thing for you to do is to find a sales trainer that fits what needs to be said. And you know what? They're going to push your boundaries, and it's not going to be the ethical boundaries. It's going to be the comfort zone. I remember I had a trainer one time tell me, say, hey, ask this question. And I was like, oh, if I ask that question, I'm going to get in trouble, and the buyer's going to complain. He's like, no, they're not. You're losing sales because you're not asking it, right? And it was because I would put myself more over here towards the middle. I put myself on the hybrid. I can be very aggressive. I got thrown out of a lot of sales calls when I first learned how to sell because I didn't understand the communication aspect. I was doing a lot of things wrong. Hey, my name's Scott. I screwed up, right? And there's sometimes where I look at a salesperson and I'm like, well, that's a lot more aggressive than what I would normally be, but the guy's doing his job. We're going to get to the same answer a different way. There's a couple different ways to get to it, so good for him, right? But you're going to find that every salesperson has a sales trainer. And I will let you know something. We got the two ends of the spectrum right here. We got the aggressive and we got more of the passive. Right over here is a person who's got ethical issues and won't ever do anything right and is okay with lying, cheating, and stealing. No matter what industry and no matter what your personality is, that's the wrong guy or the girl to deal with. And there's a couple of those out there. And then over here, there are some definite super passive salespeople that are afraid to ask for the business, afraid to mention the price, afraid to talk about what's got to get done, afraid to ask the difficult question. And there's trainers out there that work in this spectrum right here, right, way up on this end, where the salesperson's never going to sell. And the aggressive salesperson gets really frustrated with them. He's looking like, that's stupid. That's stupid. You're at a call, you're dealing with a buyer, and you're not going to ask him for the business, or you're afraid to say $33,521.08. I have heard sales trainers say, never mention the price. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? They say, just point to it. And I'm like, wrong guy for me, wrong guy for me. So there is absolutely a sales trainer for every salesperson, but I will let you know, this spectrum up here, it's not that big. There's a couple of them out there. There's some guys out there that are complete scumbags, right? And they don't do the right thing for the buyer. And then there's a lot of really good sales trainers out there that do. And then over here, there's a couple of sales trainers, which make sure on the video screen you can see it. There's a couple of sales trainers who shouldn't be in the business because they don't know how to ask for the business. They're teaching salespeople to be scared, because you have to remember, you sell how you buy, or people sell how they buy. And if that's what they're expecting from salespeople to deal with them, and they get offended and they get a little bit of sand in the emotional crevice up here, there is not very many salespeople who can sell that way and actually close deals consistently. It doesn't happen, right? At that point, it becomes a personality sell, a super personality sell, and maybe the buyer feels sorry for the salesperson. But you got to know that for the most part, there's like an asterisk. There's an asterisk. For the most part, there is a trainer for every type of salesperson. And you know what? There's something to learn from every type of sales. If you're over here on the passive side and you're like, hey, that's kind of an aggressive salesperson. You know what? You should know that you have some room to move into your sales process and I can ask a question and not get thrown out of a call. I'm going to be okay. And if you're an aggressive salesperson, hey, either way, nothing wrong with it. If you're an aggressive salesperson, you can look at the passive guy or passive girl and go, oh, I never really thought about asking the question that way. It's not the normal way that I would do it. You have the ability to learn from so many different salespeople. There is a sales trainer for every buyer for the most part. Little asterisk right there. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That would be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. Come on, you got to subscribe. That would be cool. And then you can send it out to all your friends via StumblePod, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.